The Detroit Pistons, man, they lose 113 to 111 to the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. My goodness, you talk about back-to-back games where the refs played a very, very crucial or just decided, you know what, we're going to omit ourselves from playing the right, basically calling this game in the favor that I believe it should have been. When you look at the Paolo Banchero missed travel, I know they sent out their 2-minute report. I don't care what that says, man. Everybody who's played ball from when we played on the Little Tykes rims all the way up to, I don't care if it's college, pro-am, whatever, and everything in between on the playground, that's a travel. Every level of basketball I've played on, if you reestablish your pivot foot after you pick up the ball, it's a travel. It is a travel, man. But we let that go. We cried about it for a little bit that night. You let it go. You move on. To follow that up with what happened against the Pistons in Madison Square, where they basically took out Asar Thompson's knees, and then you go on and that play directly is involved with the Detroit Pistons losing that game. I don't know how much you can stomach, man. And there's a lot to unpack there. You saw Monty Williams after the game, and I know we're going to talk about that some more. You saw Cade Cunningham, and he was heated, especially when you paired it with his comments the night before. It was good to see him get 8 free throw attempts.
Yeah.
I guess, league.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, what a time for the Detroit Pistons. They don't need any help creating their own bad luck. They do that themselves already good enough.
Yeah, all right. So that was definitely a disappointing game. And I will say this, to get some of the positive stuff out of the way. The fact that the Pistons show that they could go to New York and play the New York Knicks very, very tough to the point where, a playoff team, to the point where they probably should have won, or at the very least could have won, that's one of the few signs of good things to come for the Detroit Pistons that we can really put lay our hats on. I don't know if I got that phrase right, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I guess with the Pistons, here's the one thing that I will say, and this is something that Lindsey Hunter, if you don't want to listen to jack-off flannel man named me, don't listen to me. But if you want to listen to Lindsey Hunter, he will back me up on this, and he has mentioned this on this show. Sometimes when you're a young team that has experienced no success whatsoever, and for the record, let me preface this by saying it's not right. It just is how it is. Sometimes you're just not going to get the refs' calls. We saw it with Cade Cunningham in the previous couple of games where he didn't get one free throw. He got 8 in the last night. Congratulations, as you said, Kool-Aid. You kind of said it sarcastically, but for real, he got 8 free throws. All well and good. He probably deserved a lot more in the previous 2 games. But with those calls at the end, obviously they were egregious, and obviously the one last night where Asar basically got dove into, Monty Williams letting sort of the refs and the officials have it in the press conference via the press conference, I have no problem with that. It's just sometimes when you're a young team that hasn't done any winning lately, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. Is it right? Absolutely not. Is it NBA basketball? Unfortunately, yes.
Absolutely, yes.